Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. This time is SH Figuarts Shinkoucchou Seihou Kamen Kuuga, the decayed version. Now, if you've missed out on any previous Kuuga, I think that's pretty much the reason why I'm doing this video. I've done a million Kuuga videos at this point. A lot of them are older and I feel like I need to revisit a bunch of them. So it's cool for me to be able to go and talk about this and talk about the slight differences between this one and that of the Mighty form. So, if you watch any previous Kuuga video, I guess fast forward to the part that you want to see pictures and have fun. But for those of you that have never seen a Kuuga before and always heard about it, blah, 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 yada, yada, let's talk about the articulation. So first things first, the first thing I want to do is talk about articulation. That's the thing that I enjoy most. We're going to get into sculpt and differences right after. Now, our head can go up. As you can see, it's very expressive looking up. We can go left, right, up, down, A, B, start. But as you can see here, it has that range of motion that does not hinder it in any way. There's no collar movement from the newer Kamen Rider stuff to get in the way. It's just full on, you get expressive articulation. The neck can move as well too, so you can see where the Adam apple meets on the character. It looks very nice. It's a nice metallic red paint that's really nice, whereas the previous one used a matte paint. And we'll get into that, like I said, in a second. Our gold is very nice as well too. And as you can see, our arms they go all the way up. They have a great range of articulation. The shoulder pads are on the arm and not actually on the upper torso, which is my kind of favorite thing. Our arms are double jointed, so elbowing your bad guys is not a problem, or getting a certain type of range. We also have a nice bicep swivel, and our gauntlets rotate as well to give us a nice little bit of extra range, and we get that nice SHF 360-degree rotation of ball joint. As far as the upper torso goes, what we can do is we can actually extend it going up. So you actually have, it looks really weird when you extend it all the way up, but this gives you the extra room for the ab crunch to go forward, to go backwards, to rock left and right. This is where all your range of movement will help you come from. Then you can also just tuck it back down. It also tells you in the instructions, be careful of paint rub. So on the inside, it may paint rub if you don't lift it up first and then make some movements. We have a very nice belt here section. It is a same design as the previous one, except this one actually has a slightly different red paint job in the R style in the middle. As far as our leg articulation goes, our legs extend this far out. We actually can rotate it going up, and we have a nice thigh swivel cut. Let's actually make sure I can get that cut. There we go. A thigh swivel cut here, and the knee pad came out because I was doing too much lifting. Our knees are double jointed. And as you can see, rotation here, we can get in range for a rider kick. There I go, doing that too much again. So let's slap this back on. And as you can see here, when posing this guy, it should not be too much of an issue to do any sort of rider kick version that he likes. And I think I may have one busted kneecap on one of my Kuugas. It's the first time it's done that twice in a row like that. Or maybe I didn't put it back in properly. But either way, I just want to keep that in mind as it goes on. So if we're talking about like rider kick movement and kicking, as you can see, posing here should not be an issue for this Kuuga. Movement and range are fantastic. He does his kick maneuver with no problem. And even if we were, before I just jump around, like that ankle pivot goes forward, backwards, and tilts in, and not so very much out, but it does tilt in very well. Now back to what I was saying about articulation. This guy should not have a problem posing up whatsoever. As you can see here, with the exception of probably getting some boxing poses because it can't go forward with the arms all the way in. Mostly posing with him should be a breeze. It's really nice. It looks solid and fluid. It can tuck very well. It pivots in very well. I think the range of motion on this guy is fantastic, and his look is simple and clean enough that it complements it very well. I think if you've missed out on a Kuuga, getting one of these guys would be fantastic. Now, Kuuga doesn't come with any accessories in his mighty form. He does come with a lot of hands. Well, not a lot, but he comes with a nice amount of hands. So let's go over those hands. First and foremost, you get your thumbs up hand, which is important. You know, thumbs up, like, you know, everything's going to be a-okay. Then we have our relaxed hands. You get two of these. Voila, some nice relaxed hands. Then we're going to get to our semi-relaxed hands. These ones are more of a palm striking or just more of an actiony sort of palm hands. Then we have our Henshin pose hands. These are fantastic, some of my favorite. So if you want a Henshin pose, or you can use it as martial arts hands as well. But it depends on what you want to do. It's your Kuuga when you get it, so have fun. Now, the most important thing I want to talk about, and it may not pick up well on camera, but I'm hoping it does, is that this guy, when compared to the previous mighty form, this guy has a different paint job. And that's the different thing that kind of separates him from his original counterpart, is going to be this paint job. And the paint is the differences between their red, one being matte, one being metallic, and the gold being a little bit more shiny on our new counterpart. So on the left, we have the original mighty form. And on the right, we have the decayed version, Onidera. So as you can see here, this one is more metallic and shiny. This one is matte, or even a semi-gloss. And under this light, you'll see it. So if we take away the light on one, you can see it kind of still be shiny, even though, right? Cut it back on, you see the difference. So I just want to show those two off. So again, if you feel like you've missed out and you will never get the other Kuugas, this one would be a very nice stand-in. Or even if you're just a completionist, it's a very nice completionist thing to do. The only drawback I can honestly say with this Kuuga, because of the metallic paint job, if you're looking to like have the perfect paint or whatever, if you have a tri-chaser, because he does not come with tri-chaser hands, the hands from the previous one still work here, but they're going to be the matte paint on the wrist. So you have to keep that in mind. I think that's the only big issue you'll probably have, right? So with that being said, let's jump into size comparisons to see how this guy stacks up with other lines, so, you know, you can have fun with it. So let's stand him up as straight as possible while still looking good in a nice uniform look. And then we're going to get this guy up against some other SHF real fast. First thing I want to do is partner him with Decayed, which is the series that he appears in, mostly as the real secondary writer and not D-End, because he was in it more than D-End was. So here he is next to the first Decayed, the renewal version, I should say, not Neo Decayed. Here he is with Kivala, and I forgot to go get D-End, so you'll have to use him as, well, he's pretty much the same size as Decayed, so yeah. And here he is with Kivala, who's also from that series. And as you can see, size-wise, these guys actually look pretty good together. I like it. Kivala's a little smaller, Decayed's a little taller. Nice little size comparison. Next up, we're going to compare it to a Shocker Combatant. This is the second one, the renewal one. Voila. Here he is next to an SHF Kamen Rider Gates. So you can see what he's like next to a 1.0. Well, technically a newer, but not a Shinkoucchou Seihou. So you can see size-wise how these guys look up. They keep the size pretty consistent for the most part. Here he is next to an articulated Icons Ninja. And Ninjas actually scale pretty well. Here he is with a 1000 toy synthetic human. This is a kit-bashed one that I've been playing around with a card. Voila. Next up, we have a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. Scarlet Spider, I should say. And a Lightning Collection Red Ranger, in case you want to ever get your crossover on. So our Teens with Attitude and our Marvel Legends stand a little bit higher, but they still fit pretty well. So if Kuuga's a shorter guy or whatever size he's going to be, he still can fit in with some perspective shots, but standing straight up, he'll look the tiniest of the bunch. Here he is with a Mythic Legions Knight. And a Mezco Me, using it on a Stealth Gomez body. So you can see size-wise, Mezco-wise, he may be a little too short, and same for Mythic Legions. But again, with perspective shots, you can pretty much have fun and do whatever you want. So, you know, have fun, figure out what you want perspective-wise to do. But overall, I think Kuuga's a great toy. And now that he's getting a US release, it keeps the price pretty low for right now. So hopefully people will go out and get theirs. Oh, and one last thing. In case you want to do some off-the-wall Giants versus him, here he is with a Mythic Legions Archimedes. And as you can see, Archimedes is gigantic. Doesn't even fit on the screen. It makes Kuuga look really tiny. But I hope you enjoyed this quick comparison, this size up, and hopefully you go out and enjoy Kuuga the way I do. Done this video a million times, but I never get tired of it because I love Kuuga. In the meantime, guys, hope you found it informative. I hope you've enjoyed, and as always, be good, do good, drink your water. Later.